Okay, guys, I hope you had a nice winter break. I hope this year will be a good one for all of us, and we will, fulfill all our dreams and get the best of this year, inshallah, and it will change our opinions about 2020. Okay, today, inshallah, we will continue with chapter 4, lesson 3. You guys, I hope you watched, for those, the online students, I hope you watched the video on the SMS. We were talking about this lesson. In this lesson, we learned that there are other factors that affect characteristics other than the genetic ones. In lesson 2, we learned that we inherit some traits from our parents. And can you guys remember the inherited traits?
Yes.
Yes, those are the traits that we get from our parents or the traits that are passed to us from our parents. Yes, Shlok, do you have any questions?
No, I just wanted to answer.
Okay, thank you, Shlok. Thank you so much. And how genes can affect that. And Grigor Mendel was the one that decided to have experiments on this subject. And he had his experiments on. Can someone tell me what type of plants did he use for the experiment?
Pea plants.
Pea plants. Yes, thank you, as you said that. But next time, please try to raise your hands, okay? So everyone can have the chance to answer. Thank you so much, Jesse. Yes, and he found out that some of the traits can skip generations because all of the first generation were tall plants, and the short trait only appeared in the second generation, if you guys remember. Next year, you will continue the same lesson, but you will learn about the Punnett square and how to kind of predict what type of traits will be carried by the offsprings. You also learned about the dominant trait and recessive trait. Can someone remind me about those? The dominant
Yes.
trait and the recessive trait? Yes.
The dominant trait is
Please try to raise your
strong.
hands. Is this Schlock? Who was answering this question? Guys, who was answering this question?
I was.
Okay, Shlock. So yes, you raised your hand. Okay, Shlock. Yes, the dominant trait. Can you remind us with what did it mean?
A dominant trait is a strong trait.
It is the strong trait. It used to appear even if there is only one factor of it. So
One.
we can carry, recessive traits, but it will not appear if it has a dominant trait with it. So yes, thank you so much, Schlag. Dominant trait is the strongest trait, and it's the one that is expressed or it appears, even if we have only one factor of it. Can someone tell me about the recessive trait? So we have Yasin Douini. Can you tell us about the recessive trait?
Recessive trait is the weakest one, and it appears only when it has two pairs.
Two factors, exactly. Yes, when there is no dominant trait with it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Yassine. That's right. With time, the scientists discovered that the factors he was talking about, Grigor Mendel was talking about, are actually called genes. Okay. Let me just get you the file. So in here, you guys will find all the study sheets on the SMS, by the way. So nowadays, they discovered that these genes Gugu Mandel was talking about are called, he used to call them factors, but now we know that they are called genes. He also learned that adaptation is any trait or behavior that helps the plant or animals to survive, okay? And we have three types of them. We have physical adaptation, which means it's, can someone tell me what is a physical adaptation, guys? You can give me examples if you want. So we have Amr, would you like to answer this question?
Okay. So, physical adaptation.
Adaptation, yes.
It's something.
Yes, you don't have to say the same words. You just can tell me what do you think it means by your own words. It's okay.
So it's something that animal does. Okay.
Does you
To
mean
help them survive.
physical adaptation is something the animal does? Are you sure about that? Or something the animal has?
Something has.
Yes, exactly. Like the colors on its skin, you know, having some type of body parts that help him to survive. Like, you know, having different hair colors, having scales to protect their skin. That's right. Thank you so much, Am. So physical adaptation, something the animal has, you know, can be colors, like, you know, it helps the animal to camouflage, which means to blend in with the environment. You learned about these camouflaging and things last year. So it helps him to blend in with the environment, or he can look like another animal, which we call mimicry. Okay, guys? We also learned that some things we do through life process, like sweating, for example. Have you ever guys wondered why do we sweat in summer when it's too hot for us? We sweat to keep our temperature, you know, our body temperature from being too hot, so we cannot get, you know, sick. So that's why we get all the sweat out, so we can keep our body temperature, you know, balanced, and we don't get, you know, any kind of illness. Some snakes, for example, make venom in order to help them hunt their prey and also to protect them from any predators or any enemies. Okay. Last but not least, you learned about the genes and what do we mean by a gene? You guys learned already that in chapter 1, lesson 1, we learned that the nucleus is the control center of the cell, if you guys remember, and it contains chromosomes, which means it carries your genetic information. So what is a gene actually? It is a part of a chromosome. Okay, we know that chromosomes are found inside the nucleus, if you guys remember. Exactly. And it contains the DNA code for an inherited trait. So we can, you know, summarize all of that and learn that chromosomes that are found inside the nucleus, part of them is called gene and carries your genetic information or your DNA, how tall you are, what color of your skin, your eye color, okay? Do you have freckles or not? Those are your genetic information, okay? And of course, everyone has his own DNA. We don't share the DNA together unless you're twins, if you have a twin, but it will also be slight differences, but you will be more likely, you know, similar, but there will be slight differences. Like the fingerprints, everyone has his own fingerprints, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you learn also that each part of the chromosome, though this shape is the chromosome shape, can you see it? Each part carries a certain trait, like, you know, there is a part for the eye color, a part for your blood type, a part for the color of your hair, the texture of your hair, how soft or how curly it is, how tall you are. And you learn some examples of the inherited trait, like rolling your tongue, having dimples, writing with your right hand, or being right-handed. Yes, and you learn that we share some characteristics with most humans, but there is no one else with exactly the same combination of factors that you have. That's what we mean by having special DNA. Okay?
Okay.
In lesson 3, we will go through it just a little bit faster so we can do the worksheet today. We're supposed to do a worksheet together up to the weekly plan. So in lesson 3, guys, we learned other factors that affect these characteristics. Okay, and one of those factors are called instincts, and those are things we do without being told to do. No one taught us to do it. Let me get the PowerPoint for you guys. We'll just go through this one a little bit faster next time, inshallah, guys. I hope you would, try to go through your SMS in a daily basis so you can see all the new videos. If you have, if you don't, it's okay. Wait, there will be another video some day in the week. Okay, so we learned that some traits, guys, we do not learn. Other traits we do learn, like reading, for example. You're not born with the ability to read, right? Do you think someone can read when they are so young without being told? Do you have to be taught? Do you have to learn how to read, or you just know how to read when you're born?
You have to learn how to read.
Yes, you have to learn, exactly. So some behaviors we do are learned, okay, like reading, writing, playing a sport, having new skills, for example, like learning basketball, having certain skills. To be more raising your hand. Yasin, Dwayne, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Back to PowerPoint. You also learned that we, share some behaviors actually. Though we are different, but sometimes we share the same, things like feeling afraid or having the ability to, run when we are scared of something. So we'll start with the first type of the behavior, and those are the things that we do without being told, as I said, and we call those instinct. We call them instinct. Okay, guys? Are you with me?
Yes, yes.
Yes, so the first definition in here is an instinct, which is a behavior an organism inherits. What do you mean by inherits? What do you mean by inherits, guys? It means it's passed to us from our parents. Exactly.
Born with.
We do not learn it. Exactly. We do not learn it. We just do it without, thinking. Like the bird making its nest, it's something the bird is born with this one. He inherited this ability from his parents. A cat grooming itself. Do you know what do you mean by a cat grooming itself?
Yes.
Yes, when it combed its hair and cleaned itself. It's something all cats do, even young ones. Yes, Shlok, you raised your hand. Do you have any questions?
No, I wanted to answer.
You wanted to answer? Okay, thank you so much, Shlok.
Okay.
Okay, guys, again, building a nest. Can you see my screen, everyone?
Yes.
Yes. Of course, caring for their youngs. That's something all the animals do. And it's not something they learn, they just know it. Mothers and humans do the same. The mother knows just that once her baby is born, she will take care of him, she will feed him with milk, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And you know that they have to build their nests, away from other animals. The cat grooming itself, even the baby cat. You can see a baby cat grooming itself. No one told her to do that. Okay, we have an example of birds, and before moving to this, we need to know that these behaviors help the animals survive in the surroundings, guys. Okay? like finding food, caring for their youngs, building shelters. Okay? And know the difference between shelter and habitat. Shelter is a place where the organism feels safe in, but habitat must contain everything. It must contain food, water, shelter for this animal to sleep in. Okay, so a habitat is a place where the organism lives. A shelter is a place where the organism can feel safe, like the nest for birds. Okay, so this type of bird you guys are seeing now is called osprey. It looks like eagles. Okay, this animal builds its nest away from other birds so he can protect their youngs. Okay, okay, guys.
Games.
Just does that instinctively, without thinking. It also, hunt for fish. So his own diet is fish, actually, from the water. So he knows that he's gonna feed on fish. He knows he's gonna hunt for fish, but there are some skills he will learn later. We'll talk about this, okay? But finding food is an instinct
Instinct.
behavior, exactly. We just do it to survive in the surrounding. Some animals also tend to, fly from one place to another, fly from cold places to warm places, like Canada geese. Um, and other animals, other birds, other animals do the same thing. And we call this migration. If you remember, you learned about migration last year, which means when the organism moves from one place to another. So sometimes this place is too cold for them to live in, so they will have to move to a warmer place until the winter is over in the first place, so they can come back. That's what we call migration. Remember that?
Yes.
Yes, other animals like squirrels, for example, they start collecting food and store nuts and other seeds for the winter. What do you think, Ozzy, will store food if
To
winter's
survive.
coming? Exactly, to survive, so he can hibernate. Remember that?
Yes. And
Yes,
because they collect
hibernation, to go
food
into a
in the
sleep-like state, if you guys remember. So he needs to
yes.
store as much food as possible because in winter it's going to be too cold for them. So they will need more energy and the food will be so little that they will not be able to survive because in order to find food, they need energy, right? And to
Yes.
get energy, you need to get food first. But what if they cannot find enough food? That will be so difficult for them. Okay, guys?
Okay.
Other things like cats, for example, eating when it's hungry or covering its waste or feces. That's something all cats do. If you a cat owner, for example, you will notice that cats are so clean about this habit. They try to hide, like, but this one is a little bit funny because he lost everything. Okay, so they tend to cover their wastes, and smaller cats do this thing so they can hide their scent or their smell in the wild, so other predators cannot find them actually. Okay, people say that cats do this because they are clean. Well, cats are clean, yes, they are cleaner than dogs because they clean themselves. They cannot stand being dirty, but what do you mean here is that they do this, like hiding their wastes instinctively, so they can hide their smell, okay, from predators. Are you guys with me?
Yes.
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 They also take
Yes.
care of their youngs and stuff like that. We call those instinct behaviors, okay? Okay,
Okay, Miss, but what is it? What is she doing?
and here,
No.
no, well, she pooped on her friend.
Hmm.
But of course she did this,
Yes.
instinctively because she needs to poop, but she didn't have the chance to cover her poop then. And
No,
here
Miss,
she's
when
covering
yes.
one. Yes, she's covering her wastes.
Okay.
Okay. Do you guys have any questions before moving to the next part?
No.
No.
Okay. So instincts are not just behaviors or of individual animals, okay? Instincts are usually shared by all members. Like cats, all cats cover their waists, all cats care for their youngs. You know, they feed their babies, they eat when they are hungry. Those are shared instincts, right? Shared behaviors.
Yes.
Some behaviors are not shared even in the same species. Like they are different from one breed to another breed. Breed is, a different type of the same species. Like, having two dogs, like golden dog, for example, and another type of dog. Those are two different breeds, but both of them belong to dogs.
Dog.
Okay. Okay, guys.
Yes.
Yes. Guys, just give me a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so these behaviors help an animal, as we said, to survive. Let's move a little bit faster in here. Okay, so different breeds. Can you guys see this word I'm highlighting?
Yes.
Yeah, so in here we have two dogs, two types of dogs. We call those breeds, two breeds of dogs. But both of them are dogs, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so different breeds within a species may have slightly different instincts. So they could be dogs.
ممكن سؤال واحد بس.
Yes.
هو الكلب مثلا اللي على اليمين ده هو ده واحد ملزوق في التاني ولا
No,
هما
he's
اتنين حوالين؟
hugging his friend. You will see it here better when I open the PowerPoint. Let me get the PowerPoint for you. You'll see it way better in the PowerPoint. Okay, when we move to this part, you will see it more better. But just let me continue this part. So as we said, maybe different breeds of the same species will have slightly different instincts. For example, this type of dogs is called beagles. Okay, no one, teach them to hunt for animals or to, track smaller animals. No one teach them to do that. Okay, they are born with this ability to hunt and track other animals. Okay, they use them for hunting actually, so they can get them the prey. If they're hunting rabbits, they just go and get you're hunting. Okay,
Okay.
but this dog, for example, can never lead sheep, not like the other one. Can you see that they are hugging now? You see, they are two different dogs. It's just he's hugging him. Can you see his hands in here? Both hands in here. Can you see them? Okay. So
Yes.
this dog, for example, this is another breed of dog. It's called border collies. Okay. They don't have to be told to round up sheep, so they control how sheep moves. Like they lead them back to the place where they're supposed to sleep. They take care of the sheep. They protect them. Okay, but they cannot hunt for other animals, not like the other type of dog, the first one we talked about. See here that this is the type of border collies we're talking about. It's leading the sheep back home. Can you see?
Yes.
Yes.
So is dogs
can I
doesn't eat sheep?
dog do that?
No, they don't eat sheep. Yes. Okay, guys. So as you can see in here that we have the same species, two dogs, but different breeds, which means we have a beagle and another one called border collies. They can share slightly different instincts. Okay. Do you have any questions about this part?
Yes.
No.
Yes, guys. So you get this part. You understand this one.
Yes.
Yes.
We have a question.
Yes. Who has a question? Yes. Who has a question? Guys, someone said that they have a question. Yes, I'm all ears for you guys. Okay, so I hope those who had a question can remember them. So these two dogs may share different instincts, but for example, they will both, they both have different instincts, but maybe they will share other things like feeling, afraid sometimes, running when there is danger to avoid the danger. Okay, so that's something that they share. Okay, so they don't have to have 100% of different instincts or different behaviors, but they can have some shareable ones. They can share some instincts. They are still from the same species. Okay. Okay. Another thing is eating in humans, for example. Okay, you don't learn how to eat or how to sleep, right? You just do this. You don't learn how to eat, right? Just when you are young, you're hungry, you're gonna eat this one. Okay. Drinking, the same thing. Just know that you're thirsty, you're gonna drink. That's an instinct thing. Like those baby cubs and this kitten, both of them are drinking because they're hungry, they're drinking milk. Okay. Crying is instinct. We cry without being told to cry. No one teach us to cry, right? Yes, when we want something, for babies, when they want something, they start crying for anything. When they're hungry, when they are sad, when they are ill or feel sick. Yes, the same for old people. We cry when we are sad. It's just an instinct thing. We cannot control it. Some people can control the crying, but still it's something we do not learn. Okay? No one told us before that you are sad, so now you have to cry, right? No, we just know that you are going to cry. Okay? Okay. So we have other types of behaviors, learned behaviors like walking, flying in birds. Birds learn how to fly when they see their parents doing so. For us, walking, we learn it when we see our parents walking. Some plants like cheetah, for example, they know by instinct that they are going to hunt for their prey, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but they need to learn skills. They need to learn skills from their parents. They need to learn how to hunt, how to hide between the grass. So that means that this animal needs both instinct and learned behavior. They need the both. They need instincts for hunting, okay, which is something they have without being told to do. That's what we say. We call instinct. And they also need the experience.
Learn how to hunt.
Yes, to learn how to hunt. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, they need the experience. Okay, guys, that's what we mean by learned behavior. And learned behavior is a behavior an animal acquires through experience, but which means that the animal will get this behavior by learning it, by practicing it. Okay, like walking, as we said, talking, for example. We learn talking. We're not born with the ability to talk. We need to listen to other people talking, and then we will try to talk like them. Dressing yourself, it's something you will do and learn through growing up. Also taking a bath. If no one told us to take a bath when we are young, or told us to do that, we will not be able to do it. Brushing your teeth, eating, for example, is an instinct thing. We know that when we are hungry, we are going to eat, but we need to learn the table manners. For example, to eat with a closed mouth, or to use the fork, the knife, the spoon. We learn these things, right? But eating is an instinct behavior. We do not learn, how to eat. We know that when we are hungry, we're going to eat. But learning the table manners is a learned behavior, okay? Okay. So this part, guys, is for reading only. The animals that help other organisms, other humans, to do certain stuff in their day. that means these learned behaviors are not important for the surviving of these animals, but they just do it to help humans. Some dogs help blind people to walk the streets or pass the streets or give them something. Like this girl in here, the dog is helping her to move around. Um, that's why cats are not surface animals, because cats have their own. I mean, this video is for just fun, guys. This is not true one. It's only acting. But just imagine if a cat is a surface. Yeah, imagine if a cat is a surface animal. You know, cats have their own personality. They really don't get commands from others. So the surface animals, as we said, help other organisms. They don't have just to learn it for surviving. This dog, for example, is a blind dog. He cannot see, but he learned that this stick around his neck helps him to not hit other objects. Other dogs help people with hearing disability, people that cannot hear well, help them, you know, to warn them if the phone is ringing, the doorbell is ringing. Some dogs help people with physically disabled, you know, a sickness or illness, that people that cannot move around. They help to get them things, to open doors for them. Okay. So I'm sorry guys, the environmental influences is the part that is for reading only. So I hope you guys will read it and we'll discuss about it next time. Just let me move to the worksheet faster now, because we have less than 5 minutes. Okay, we will try to do most of the worksheet. If the meeting ends, guys, please come back again. Okay. Okay, are you ready for the worksheet now? Just did a quick revision for those who didn't watch the video. Next time, guys, please try to, you know, try to check your SMS on daily basis. So let's start with the first one. What is an instinct? So please, guys, raise your hands so you can give chance to each other. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? Yes, so we have Aysel. Yes, Aysel,
Yes, we
what
can
is
see.
an instinct? Yes, Aysel, what is an instinct? Yes, Aysel. What is an instinct? Is it a behavior that an organism obtains from experience? He gets it from experience. Or is it a behavior that organism inherits from its parents?
B.
I cannot hear you, sweetie.
B.
Yes, it inherits it. That's totally right. Thank you so much, Aysel. Okay, we have Amr. Amr, you can answer number 2. Squirrels hibernating, which means going into sleep-like state during winter. Is this a learned behavior or an instinct? Amr.
Learned behavior.
Are you sure about that?
Miss, I don't know even what means hibernate.
I just said hibernation is to go into a sleep-like state. You know, لو اسمه بالعربي let me remember. اسمه بيات شتوي.
ثبات شتوي.
ثبات شتوي أو بيات شتوي. Yes. When they sleep during the winter. They sleep when it's cold to, you know, save their energy. We just talked about this during the session. So it's something they do not learn, Yam. It's an instinct thing. They do not learn it. They just do it because they are born with this ability to do it, okay? Try to watch a video about hibernation to understand more, because you're supposed to study this last year. If you still have any questions, you can send it to me, and next time we will see some examples of hibernation, okay?
So, Miss, in the last worksheet, there was a difficult word that I saw.
Okay,
like
so
camouflage.
yes, the camouflage. We talked about this in the session, yeah, Amr. We talked about it in the session, okay? And we talked about it again today in the session. We said that these things you learned about last year, you weren't with us last year, so That's why maybe you're facing a problem with this one, but try to, I will send you some links, but just try to remind me, please, on the Facebook or anything. I will send you some links about hibernation and migration and these different learned behaviors and physical behaviors also, physical adaptation, so we can, just not facing these problems, okay?
Okay.
Abdulrahman Tanahi, you can answer number 3.
Miss, okay, I can.
Yes,
The
Abdulrahman
following
Tanahi, can you answer
example
number 3?
except talking.
Abdulrahman, can you answer number 3? Okay, you said talking. Okay.
Yes, I
The
can answer.
following are all examples of instincts, except for talking. It's a learned one. Blinking, we blink without thinking. We breathe without thinking. That's something we are born with. We swallow food also without being told to do so. Okay, having dark hair. Shlok, you can answer this one.
It's an inherited trait.
Inherited trait. Yes, we take this from our parents, or these traits are passed to us from our parents. Amgad, you can answer number 5. Amgad.
A chimpanzee using a tool to get ants.
Yes. So we can eat them.
Learned.
Learned behavior, exactly, because he's using tools. So he learned this. But if he's not using tools, he's not using anything around him, it's an instinct one, okay? Thank you so much, Amgad. Number 6, we have Yassine Doueni. And then Mamdouh, okay? Yassine, a baby crying because he's hungry.
It's instinct.
An instinct, yes, that's totally right, yes. Thank you so much, Yassine. Mamdouh, number 7, and then Hannah Sultan. Mamdouh, number
Okay,
7.
Miss, what is earth warming borrowing? Like what is